Good morning, Mr. Dietl.
Good morning, my dear friend Don Imus of 30 years.
Let me tell you something. If you were invited to the White House, which you're not going to be, by the way, but if you, or nor am I, but if you were invited, would you go?
First off, I voted for Donald Trump.
No. You got to answer the question.
Would I go? Absolutely.
Okay, I would not.
Well, here's the deal.
But I'm not going to get invited.
Well,
but
why would you get invited?
You jumped off the Trump bandwagon.
No. I voted
Didn't he, Bernie?
Where were you election night? I was at the Hilton Hotel until 3:30 after my president won the election. That's where I was. Show my support. I don't care. I was there. I saw everybody there. Everybody saw me there. I fully support the President of the United States, and that's the end of the story, okay?
Hey, Bernie?
Yo, Chief.
Didn't he jump off the bandwagon?
He got wobbly at a certain point,
Yeah.
and that was maybe a political calculation on his part. But in the end, he came back. He definitely came back.
I'm not buying that.
Well, all I can say is that my friend Steve Bannon of 30 years is now heading up the White House there, and it's a great thing. I know him 30 years. He's a great American, and if we're worrying about Steve Bannon, Valerie Jarrett, whatever her name was, we had to put up with her crap. Now we got Steve Bannon, a real leader over there. Also, I love Donald Trump's attitude towards the criminality of criminal illegals in America. When you get arrested and you're illegal in this country, bye-bye, and I totally agree. And you know what? You have good people in America. He's not taking 10 million people out of America. What he's talking about is initially getting rid of the criminal elements, the gangs and all that, and I totally concur with that. And Donald Trump, let's give him a chance. These punk demonstrators out there, look this is democracy at its best. Did we believe Donald Trump was going to pull it off? Not a lot of people believe, but he's the president.
You didn't.
He's the president-elect.
You didn't believe it.
Well, no. Honestly, because I looked at the stupid poll.
The results came in.
I looked at these stupid polls, and I tell you the truth.
Well, so did I.
I had pains in my chest for the last 2.5 weeks leading up to election night.
We don't need that.
Well, listen to this. I swear to you, Don Imus, when Donald Trump won the election, my pains went away, and I have not had a pain since, so he's better than a doctor, I tell you.
Dr. Trump,
This is really
no, it's true.
It's not going to work, though.
I mean, you can look at CNN. They're pissing and moaning about Steve Bannon being elected, being nominated up there and appointed as his assistant. You don't want to know something? They should suck it up. We had to put up with Huma. We had to put up with Valerie Jarrett. We had to put up with all these Muslims.
How do you know Bannon?
I know Bannon from when he was a producer. We were together in California, in L.A., and he's a great guy.
What do you mean? What do you mean you were together in L.A.?
Well, we were doing some film projects together. I've done a lot of investigations.
Name one of the film projects you did.
Well, we did when we were doing One Tough Cop. He was talking about doing One Tough Cop. I flew out there. He's a really great American.
Did he do One Tough Cop?
Goldman Sachs.
Did he do One Tough Cop?
No.
Who did?
No. Who did it? Marty Bregman did One Tough Cop.
I like old Marty.
Yeah, well, I tell you the truth, but Steve Bannon is a Goldman Sachs guy. He's a very, very smart guy.
Not a Nazi?
No, come on. He loves this country. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Can't you see that people are, especially young people,
yeah,
and I'm no bleeding heart, but especially young women, can't you see, just simply based on the way the news media portrayed what Trump actually said, can't you see where they would be nervous and frightened? I can.
Well, all I could say is if you listen
to... It's the news media's fault, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, Trump did say some idiotic,
stupid
things.
Of course. Look at Don. I agree with you, too. Donald said a few silly things. But you want to know something? Look at 60 Minutes last night. This man now is going to be presidential. He did what he had to do. Hey, when you're in a fight, yes, Bernie, when you're in a fight, a bar fight, you take the guy out, whatever way you got to do it. Right. Once you win, you say you're sorry, you buy a guy a drink after you break his nose. What the hell's the problem?
But the New York Times and others so misrepresented what Trump actually said. Mm-hmm. And so did a number of other media outlets, including, by the way, the New York Post. I mean, Trump never said that all Mexicans, all Hispanics, were rapists and murderers. Yeah, that's not what he said.
No, they turned it.
But it got reported that way by everybody.
You know when I was really surprised, Don? When the New York Times gave the information, the storylines to the Democratic people that were running for president and their people. That, to me, was an outrage. They wanted them to edit what they wanted. Hey, this is America. The news media has got to understand something. You're not political. You're apolitical news media. You should report it the way it is and don't slant the damn thing. Look, right now, Don, I got to make another announcement here at today.
Hurry up now, because we're running.
Okay, real fast.
All right.
You know, I'm running for mayor of New York.
Yes, I do.
I'm sick and tired of these party labels. I'm a Ronald Reagan Democrat. But I'd also reach out, and I'd like to reach out to the Republican Party in New York State. I want to run as a Republican and a Democrat. I hate these party labels. I want to run as the man. I love people. I'm inclusive.
Pathetic.
I'm fiscally conservative, socially inclusive. I want to be the mayor of New York to all the people in New York.
Yeah.
Not just Republicans, not just Democrats, all the people.
Go, Bo.
You are such, this is going to be pathetic. You're trying to worm your way back on the Trump bandwagon because it's not going to happen.
I'm going to the inauguration. Are you?
No, of course not. He won't even talk to me anymore.
Well, I could bridge that gap.
I was friends with him. Well, I mean, I don't care.
No, you
if
love
I got
the
invited, I
Come
wouldn't
on.
go.
Why don't you say
what
you're
he can
sorry?
Do, he can kiss my ass.
Say you're sorry.
No, I'm not.
Say
what?
you're sorry.
Never.
Say you're sorry.
Never.
Donald,
I would never
I'm
say
sorry. I love you,
am
Donald.
not sorry. I am blubber titty.
you're
blubber titty.
Hey, listen to me. I've seen you naked. You ain't got that great breast.
Blubber titty.